But I do know that when they decided to raid Fort Lawton here in 1970, Bernie said that it's very important that all of this Indian organizations stick together, because it's always been a method of white people to divide the forces, divide and conquer. It always seems to work. No matter where white people go, they always use that same tactic, and it works, you know. Says, we can't let it work here in Seattle. We got to do something different. So he went around to different organizations and got their blessing, you know, in raiding Fort Lawton to get land for Indians here in Seattle. However, it was Pearl Warren, who was the head of, I think she's the head of the American Indian Service League. And she didn't agree with Bernie. She didn't want to jeopardize the funding, you know, that she was getting already from the city of Seattle. And so she would not join Bernie in this, you know. She would not endorse his methods. And Bernie told her, he said, you know, there's a lot of Indians here in Seattle that have moved in, you know, from different reservations, from all over, you know. And we're a much bigger Indian people now in this, you know, the population has grown considerably because of this. And we have to have more than just a little, you know, building like you have here. And I think they were located on, well, I know that they were located close to 8th and Stewart, close to the bus station for a while, but they were also down on, I think it was First Avenue, in a very small, you know, space. Anyway, Bernie felt that, you know, it's far too small, you know. We need more money from this city, you know, and to accommodate the needs of all the Indians that have moved in. But Pearl would not budge, you know. So anyway, the Indians got together and said, well, Pearl is going to have to run for office again soon, and we're going to have to run somebody against her. We're going to have to unseat her, you know, because if we don't, the mayor can use this as a tactic so that Indians can't get anything, you know. And so what they did, they chose my wife, Joyce Reyes, to run against Pearl. And because of the fact there are a lot of new Indians in town, Joyce won very easily, you know, and unseated Pearl. And of course, a number of Indian women got very angry at this. They were friends of Pearl, you know, they had been for years, you know. And you have to give Pearl credit. She was probably the first Indian to form an organization in this town, you know. The problem was, as Bernie saw it, you know, that we needed more because the Indian population had grown quite a bit and was going to grow more, you know. And so anyway, now they had a united front, you know, to meet with the city and Pawnee, the state, you know, people down Olympia. And it was very necessary to do that, you know. No one disliked Pearl because of that. It just had to be done, you know. If she would have gone along with Bernie, things would have been fine, you know. So anyway, I think a lot of bad blood was created because of that, you know, and maybe still is, you know, among friends who were, I mean, people who were friends of Pearl Warren, you know. But anyway, hopefully that's history, you know.